Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about this tiny, bright orange berry that's kind of been flying under the radar, but is a total powerhouse. It's called seabuckthorn, and honestly, it might just change how you think about nutrition. So when you think vitamin C, what's the first thing that pops into your head? An orange, right? Pretty much everyone says that. But what if I told you there's a berry out there that, well, it just blows oranges out of the water?
And I'm not kidding. Just look at this. The difference is, wow. A standard orange gives you about 50 milligrams of vitamin C for every 100 grams. Seabuckthorn? It starts at almost 170 milligrams. That's over 3 times the vitamin C punch in the same amount.
Okay, so we've got a real vitamin C underdog on our hands here. But what is this thing, and where did it come from? Let's get properly introduced.
Right. It's called seabuckthorn, and that incredible vitamin C content we just saw, honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more going on inside this little berry.
So let's really dig in and meet this super berry. What is it really? And what makes it so special beyond that first, jaw-dropping vitamin stat?
Okay, so the fancy scientific name is Hippophae rhamnoides, but what you need to know is it's a shrub from Europe and Asia. The real magic is in these bright orange berries. I mean, they're basically little nutritional bombs, just packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and some really, really interesting fats.
So when we say powerhouse, it's because it's got this kind of 1, 2, 3 punch. First, we've got that off-the-charts vitamin C. Second, it's loaded with other antioxidants like carotenoids and vitamin E. And then there's the third piece of the puzzle, which is maybe the most unique thing about it, its profile of omega fatty acids.
And that brings us to its secret weapon. We're talking about omega-7. Now, you've heard of omega-3s and 6s, right? This is different. Known as palmitoleic acid, it's super rare in the plant world. It's really active in our skin, helping our body stay hydrated and heal itself from the inside out. Pretty cool, huh?
And hey, this isn't just some obscure health food fad we're talking about. The global market for this stuff hit $381 million in 2024. That's a huge number, and it tells you that a lot of people are really starting to pay attention.
Okay, so we know what it is, we know it's getting super popular, but here's the big question. Does the science actually back up all the hype? Let's take a look at what it can really do.
So when we look at the research, it's not all the same. It's kind of helpful to think about it in tiers, like levels of proof. At the very top, where the evidence is rock solid, is for skin health and helping wounds heal. After that, we've got solid evidence for its antioxidant powers, and then some really promising but still developing research for heart and immune health.
And that top-tier evidence, it's really strong. This quote gets right to it. Shorter epithelialization times. I mean, that's just a fancy way of saying wounds heal faster. It's that simple. And that amazing omega-7 we talked about, that's the hero here, with studies showing over and over that it improves things like skin hydration. All right, so the science is definitely compelling, especially for your skin. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm interested, the next question is, how do you actually use this stuff? Let's switch gears from the why to the how.
So there are a few main ways you can get it, and the dosing is pretty straightforward. If you're going with the juice, about 50 to 100 milliliters, a small glass is a good daily amount. For the more concentrated supplement oil, studies often use about 1 to 2 grams a day. And of course, for topical creams and oils, you just follow the directions on the label.
And you don't have to do anything crazy to get this into your diet. Heads up, the berries themselves are pretty tart, so blending them into a smoothie with something sweet is a fantastic way to go. You could also mix the pulp into some yogurt, whisk the oil into a salad dressing for a nice zing, or even add the puree to baked goods.
Okay, super important part. Before you run out to buy some, we have to talk safety. The good news, for most people, it's totally fine, really well tolerated. The one big thing to be aware of is a potential interaction with blood-thinning medications. So, like with any new supplement, if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or have any health concerns, just check with your doctor first. Always the smart move.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, right? What it is, the science, how to use it safely. So what's the big takeaway? Let's wrap this all up.
So here it is, the final scorecard. Think of it this way. Where the science is strongest, without a doubt, is skin health, wound healing, and that general antioxidant boost. Now, for things like heart health and immune function, the research is super promising, but we're still waiting on those huge studies to call it a slam dunk.
So when you put it all together, the insane nutrient profile, the really strong science backing it up for skin, the question is, could this little orange berry be your new secret weapon for wellness? Based on everything we've seen, it's definitely something to think about.